Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll talk about what is dissertation and how you should write a dissertation proposal. In the coming videos, I'll show you my own dissertation, how I wrote it, and I'll give you a lot of tips about how you can effectively write a dissertation. But today's video is more about the overview of the dissertation and how you should write a dissertation because February is generally the time when you have to submit a dissertation proposal. So I'll explain you what that is, but I've really wanted to make this video because in the past I shot a video where I explained how you should write assignments in the UK, and a lot of people appreciated my work, and a lot of people really liked the content, and it was very helpful for others. So I thought dissertation is such an important part of your curriculum, I should make a video on that as well. And the reason I'm making this video in English is because I want this video to be helpful for all the students in the UK. English is the common language that everyone can understand, so this one is specifically in English. So we'll start with today's video. Since you have seen the topic, what is dissertation and how to write a dissertation proposal. So first of all, I will recommend you to attend the informative sessions organized by your school so that you understand the entire process of dissertation. Although the process remains almost the same everywhere, but in order to understand the specifics of each university, of each school, the timeline and everything, it's important that whatever session that are organized in your school, in your university, you attend those, so that you have entire context about the whole process. Secondly, passing dissertation is really important, because in order to pass your master's degree, in order to get your master's degree, you need to pass your dissertation, because it consists 60 credits. If I go to this link, that is the curriculum of my MSc marketing, the subject that I studied at the University of Edinburgh. If I go to this page, you will see that there are different courses: semester 1, semester 2. So all these courses, if you combine them, these are 60 credits, 15 credits each. And then if you combine these ones, these are again 60 credits. So the sum of these eight subjects combined is 120 credits, and the dissertation alone is 60 credits. If I open this page, you will see that the credit score for dissertation is 60. So your master's degree consists of 180 credits, and out of that, one third of that is actually dissertation alone. And if you don't pass in your dissertation, then you won't get a master's degree. Instead, you might get a diploma. So it's super important that you finish your dissertation successfully. Moving forward, what is dissertation? So very simple explanation. If you go to topuniversities.com, it defines dissertation as basically something that allows students to present their findings in response to a question or proposition that they choose themselves. So it is as simple as that. You choose a topic, you conduct research on it, you look into the previous research that is there on that topic, then you conduct your own research, and then you present the findings, and then you contribute to the literature with those findings, right? So that's the whole purpose of dissertation. And who is dissertation advisor and what our contact are? So I was studying at the business school, and business school allocated me a dissertation advisor, and dissertation advisor is actually a professor at the school, who actually guides you in the entire process. You have multiple meetings with the dissertation advisor. Dissertation advisor will check your chapters as well within your dissertation to give you feedback. So it's not like you are writing a dissertation in a single go and then you're submitting it. You will be actually receiving feedback on chapters, so that you can implement that feedback and then finally submit your dissertation. And it's not only about feedback. Dissertation advisor will guide you on so many points. If you have any doubt about it, if you're confused about something, then dissertation advisor is the person you should reach out to. In terms of contact hours, at the University of Edinburgh, in total 5 hours of contact is generally allowed. That means you can have multiple meetings with dissertation advisor up to 5 hours. And I think that amount of time is generally enough, but it may vary from university to university again. Moving forward, what is the word limit for dissertation. Okay, so it's 15,000 words at the University of Edinburgh, and usually it's between 12,000, 15,000. For some programs it might be less, because some students might need to conduct um, another project along with dissertation. For example, in our university, MB students had to conduct a side project along with dissertation, so their word limit for dissertation was 8,000 words. But if you're only doing dissertation, then it should be 15,000 words or something similar to that. It sounds a lot, and it can be really overwhelming when you hear it for the first time. But actually, when you start writing the content, it is not that much, because if you see, there are five chapters here. First one is table of content, that doesn't count towards your word limit. Then you have introduction, that is around 1,000 to 1,500, very manageable. Then you have chapter 2, that is review of the literature. It's 4,500 words. Sounds a lot, but actually you will end up reading, I think, 50, 60 research papers or even more. So writing 4,500 words is not a big deal. Then you have methodology. It is also something that is very similar across a lot of dissertations, because that's actually the method of your research, how you want to conduct the research, what's the thought process behind it, and how significant that method is, as described by previous literature, right? And then you have findings and analysis, that's 5,500 words. Here you actually conduct the research and then you share your findings. So 5,500 words is also manageable, because you have a lot of insights to share, so you have to be really selective which insights are impactful and of great value. And then the last chapter is conclusion, which is actually like the summary of your key findings and scope of future research, etc. And then you have bibliography and then appendices. For example, the your interview data, the analysis you conducted, and these don't count towards the actual word limit. So that's like the structure of dissertation, and it's important for you to understand that. And if you understand that, it won't be overwhelming for you. It's very important to have small goals. You shouldn't have one goal that you have to finish the dissertation by 5th of August. If you are starting in June, that's like a very, very bad approach. It's very important that you have small goals, so that you can achieve small goals within time, and then towards the end you achieve the bigger goal, which is like submitting the actual dissertation. In terms of timeline, February is the time when you have to generally submit the proposal. I'll tell you what that is. In April, dissertation advisor might be allocated to you. In May, you may have a first meeting with the advisor. In June, you should start working on literature review and methodology, and send your literature review for a review to your advisor so that you can get feedback. Then you should implement that feedback. In July, you should submit findings and analysis to your advisor after finishing it, and also write intro and conclusion once you get feedback, and once you implement the findings and analysis feedback to your dissertation. August is the time when you actually revise your dissertation multiple times, not only once, a lot of times, and make sure there is no plagiarism, etc. And then you submit it. Since dissertation consists of a lot of literature research, you might end up reading a lot of research papers, and you might up ending using a lot of references. So it's very difficult to manage references. So I will recommend you to use mybib.com and use this platform to manage references. Go to this website and try to use it. You will understand why I am recommending this website. It's very, very user friendly and very, very helpful. Okay. um all right, moving forward, you need to prepare a dissertation proposal. Some people may ask, why should we prepare dissertation proposal? The idea is that if you prepare a dissertation proposal and submit it to your school, then your school will go through your proposal and they will allocate you the suitable dissertation advisor to you, because depending on your area of research where you want to conduct the research, your school will try to allocate you an advisor who has some kind of specialization and some kind of knowledge in that area, because some advisors might be um, really good at qualitative research, some might be specialized in quantitative, some might have expertise in one area, some might have expertise in some other area. So if you submit a dissertation proposal, instead of getting a random dissertation advisor, you will get someone who will be able to contribute in this process and help you a lot and support you. Apart from that, I'll recommend you to access dissertation library. A lot of people don't know about it, but actually dissertation library is the library of dissertations that were previously submitted to your university, and it is actually accessible to students, and all the dissertations that are here um, had scored 65 above marks. That's actually the case at the University of Edinburgh. So all the dissertations in the dissertation library are 65 marks above. So that's a very good reference point to understand how dissertations are written if you haven't done it ever. And it was really helpful for me. But remember that if you are accessing dissertation library, don't take ideas from that, because you might end up um, copying up some ideas, and you might end up indulging into plagiarism. So avoid that. It's helpful to understand how you should write a dissertation instead of taking ideas from dissertations that are available to you. Moving forward, I will be sharing my dissertation with you all, although I scored a merit, not a distinction. So it's not the best example, but it would be enough to help you and to guide you how you should write a dissertation and how you should pass in a dissertation. I mean, yeah, my dissertation can help you. So I'll be sharing that with you in the coming video. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel if you haven't so far, because you will be notified when I'll be uploading that video. So do subscribe. Now, how you should choose a topic. Basically, it can be a really fun process. You might have a topic already, but if you don't have a topic, then you need to think about it. These are some of the guidelines that I received from the business school for MSc marketing. So it's slightly inclined towards that. If you are a student of school of computer science or school of medical, etc., then this might be a bit different for you. But just to give you a broad understanding, your topic shouldn't be too broad and ambitious, and you should be allowed to demonstrate knowledge of literature and prior research. So basically, don't pick something completely out of the box where there is no previous literature or research. Don't be super ambitious, because that might put you in trouble later on. You might end up facing a block where you aren't able to proceed. So be aware of that. Take something that's going to uh, let you work without hassle, right? And always remember that it's just a subject. It's not a challenge. You need to pass it to get your master's degree. So don't take it as a challenge that you will end up doing something extraordinary. You can if you want, but always remember it's just a subject and you have to pass it to successfully get your master's degree and eventually your graduate visa. You can so that you can start working in the UK. And the next point is that you need to look into some gaps, questions, or problems in previous research or in some area where you feel research needs to be conducted. It could be something feasible given your personal interest, or it could be a subject that interests you. You may have ideas from previous dissertations depending on, again, the research gaps, etc., or your lectures, journal articles, trade press, your own interest, etc. And you can also look into what academic papers or topics or theories have interested you the most, and how can you develop an interest connecting to future career. These points you can consider while coming up with the topic of your dissertation. So I'll take you through my dissertation proposal. So first of all, I wrote my program name, then I proposed a title. Okay. So that is exploring the influence of augmented reality marketing on consumer shopping behavior and potential usability in post-COVID era, right? So in your title, you need to make sure that you are actually relating it to your subject, right? It shouldn't be something related to business analytics or management. At the end, you have to connect it to marketing. So if you're studying a subject, do make sure the title is connected to your program, right? It is not remotely related, or it is not related. It should be related to your program, right? So do make sure that. And then you have a proposal summary. You can read the summary by pausing the video. Then you have existing concepts. How does your study relate to existing theories and concepts? So basically, you need to uh, go through 4, 5, 6 research papers and put references, how your research relates to existing theories and concepts. And that's what I've done here. You can pause the video and read it. Then there are research questions. Research questions are very, very important, because that shows your school what you actually want to do in your dissertation. Because based on your research questions, you will conduct the research, you will try to seek answers to these questions, and after all, your findings and analysis will depend on your research questions. Then data sources. What research methods and data sources do you plan to use? It's basically the kind of research you'll be doing. Either it will be qualitative or quantitative or a mixed approach. And then within qualitative there are different methods, and within quantitative there are different methods. I have listed qualitative methods here because I did qualitative research. Although I did something that I won't recommend others to do, I chose a very difficult qualitative approach. I chose focus group interviews and ethnography. Basically, a focus group is like a group interview of different people, and ethnography is online research. So I took two methods. I would recommend that you choose one method only, and then conduct your research on that, so that you have one streamlined method that you are applying to your whole dissertation, rather than having two different approaches and you have to put double amount of effort to make sure you have given equal emphasis to two different approaches. Because it can't be like majority of it is focus group interviews and then you have a small bit of ethnography. If you're using two approaches, then you have to use them equally, and that kind of increases your work. So I would recommend, if you can just take interviews, then 10 to 15 or 15 interviews should be sufficient, rather than choosing different approaches that can make the entire process a bit difficult. Because then the process of analyzing that data is also different, right? So do take that into consideration. After that, there are proposal references. Please provide full references up to 5 key books articles used to develop this proposal. So basically, all the references that are here, all the citations that are here, I basically listed them here. So you can see that in order to come up with this proposal, I only went through 4 key readings. I had to read more, but I chose only four to write existing concepts. And then analysis method, how you will be analyzing it, if you'll be using any software and how you'll do it. I used codes to theory diagram. It's a very, very simple approach, and that's how I did it. And you can do some research on YouTube and online how you should do it, or read some books. It's easy. And then what's your research method? I wrote qualitative. And what's your dissertation format? I wrote traditional research dissertation. And that was my dissertation proposal that I submitted in February. And I hope this dissertation proposal will help you. And do let me know if this video was helpful. That's all from my side. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because that motivates me a lot. All the best with your dissertation and your dissertation proposal. Take care. Bye.